My name is James Williams Jr., and this is part 2 of my comparison. So I found the toys of Exosquad and Galaxy Rangers, as far as I know, didn't get toys, and if they did, they didn't come to America, or they didn't come to the state of Virginia. So I'm going to click on a few pictures, because at one time in the 90s, before Robotech went off the air, they were going to combine the shows. I don't know if it ever happened, and if it did, it didn't air in Charlottesville, Virginia. So here we have here we had an Invid. Nope, that's what's his name. Nope, nope. There we go. There we have an Invid. Alright. Now, if I can find a better picture of the Invid, I will. And there we have Sergeant Torres in her E-frame. I do have that toy somewhere. Shh, don't tell anybody. There we have something from Robotech, one of the battle suits from the Centrati. There's another Invid. And if I find the one with the Invid that actually looks like a Reaper, that would be great. So a lot of damn E-frames. There we go. Down back. So now we have another Invid. It looks more like it could pass for a Reaper. In the cartoon, they look more like Reapers. So I was wondering if the guy who wrote the story watched Robotech or had influenced by Robotech or whatever. But anyway, Robotech was a cartoon when I was really young. So there's the Invids, and Robotech will always be my fan favorite. It did get a video game. I don't really know how well it worked. I don't recall Exosquad getting a video game. And I do have almost all these characters in this picture here. Don't ask. It was one of my fan favorites. There's a better picture of that Invid. And this is from Robotech. That was the tank saga where you had to fight the Robotech master. I didn't have the tank, but I did have Dana Sterling. She's the little chick in the corner there. Those were like the bobblehead versions of Robotech. I didn't buy any of them. The sad and unfortunate part about Robotech is that Matchbox made the toys. I'm not knocking Matchbox. They're really good with making cars, but their action figures, not so much. Playmates made the Exosquad toys, and they originally made the Ninja Turtle toys, but their action figures had like some flaws to be held. Now, at the last episode of Exosquad that I saw, they were gonna combine it with Robotech. And there's JT Marsh, the hero of Exosquad. That's Kaz Takage. Clearly a Japanese man. Clearly they didn't make him out like that. And Kaz Takage is this guy in this orange that you'll see in that corner where my finger is. That's Kaz Takage. JT Marsh is up there where my thumb is. That's Jonas Simbakis, the guy with the purple at the top. And the guy at the bottom, I have no idea because he's wearing a helmet. And the other guy at the bottom down here on the right, where my thumb is down there, that's Wolf Bronsky. That's another E-frame from Exosquad. That's another E-frame from Exosquad that came with Nara Burns. I have her. And there's the Veritech from Robotech, and they combined it with Exosquad. So they did cross over, but I don't know if the show ever took off. Because like I said, it never showed up in Virginia. Now, unlike the Normandy, that's the Resolute, or the Resolute 2 for Exosquad. These are really good cartoons. You really would want to check them out. And I believe that's Phaeton. It's either Phaeton or Shiva. That's a more combo Robotech Exosquad. And there's Exosquad. And there's Max Sterling. I couldn't find him. I searched everywhere for him. I couldn't find him anywhere. But I got his daughter. And I got Rick Hunter. And there's the Macross. And this bad boy transformed big time. It's an aircraft carrier. I wish I could find it in robot mode. I think that's Dana Sterling's mother. I can't remember her name. I think it was like Mira or something. But all you getting is a picture of her ass. And like I said, Matchbox did okay, but the toys had no dexterity. They didn't last long. You bought the toy, and you put the gun in the hand, the thumbs would pop right off. I'm sorry, Matchbox. You guys probably should have went to Hasbro for the toys. Now that's Scott Bernard, Rook, and Rand, and they're firing at an Invid. Now see, if you look carefully at that Invid, that big red thing at the top of the screen there, that Invid looks like a Reaper when you actually watch the cartoon. That's Zorn from the Robotech Master Saga, so it's the second saga of Robotech. Now, the Sentinels never aired on American TV. Now, here we have all the characters that were like the main antagonists and protagonists or whatever. The guys with his back turned with the funny haircut. This guy, that's Sean Napier. He was leader of Earth Resistance. The guy in the yellow and green is J.T. Marsh. Next to him is Alex De Leon and Marcella. The other group of people off on this side, I can only tell you that Sean Napier is the only one I remember. I don't remember the other people, but everybody had these little implants in the back of their necks so they could control the E-frames. I don't know why Xena's in there. That was part of the Robotech Masters armor when they fought on Flying Disc. This is one of the Earth Resistance from Exosquad. That was Sean Napier's police thing because he was a cop before he became the leader of the Resistance. And that was Mira, or Myra, or whatever the hell her name is, Dana Sterling's mother. I have no idea who that is. It looks like Maggie Weston, but I don't know who the creature is. But that's who they fought against. But that guy looked like he was one of the Resistance people. There's your Robotech. That's Scott Bernard and Rook. Probably can't see it due to the glare, but there you go. Still can't see it. The glare is still in the way. And like I said, that's the Exosquad Resolute, or the Resolute 2. There we go. This here in the left corner, right for y'all, that's the tank that Dana Sterling drives. I couldn't find it. I tried everywhere. And on that right side of the tank, there's a jet there. The jet is actually the mecha used in Robotech. It is called a Veritech. It transforms. It has 3 modes. It has a Guardian mode, it has robot mode, and it has the jet mode. And that is not the Skull 1. But the Skull 1 was Rick Hunter's. It was the baddest jet. It used to be his foster brother, Roy Foker's. These was the mini suits that the jump troops had for Exosquad. And every time that they jump out, the leader, which was Avery something or another, he always would go to the same thing, and this is what they teach us in the army. Is, are there any heroes on board? And they all said, no, sir. That's right. All the heroes are dead. You're just soldiers. There's a Robotech right there. Now, I haven't found any Galaxy Ranger stuff outside of the cartoon. So the only reference I can give you that is to just like find the cartoons for the Galaxy Rangers. And there's the comic books and stuff. No. But just so did you know, yeah, that was good right there. That's the Guardian mode for the Veritech. Hope you guys can see that. And this was the Alpha 1 in robot mode. That was Scott Bernard's Alpha 1. Should have had a number 21 on it, but you can't really see it on here because Scott came with an Alpha and a Beta unit connected when he crashed on Earth. But somebody took his Beta. He left his Alpha and he thought he hit it. This was their motorcycle suits that they would transform into. Robotech would make an awesome fucking movie. I don't know why they haven't made it yet. We have to check to do it, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But if I was in it, they'd have to do it from saga to saga. They would have to do it from saga to saga, and they would have to have the invades be giants, because otherwise it wouldn't work. Excuse me. And that's the Skull 1 on your right, my left on the phone, and that's a Beta, I think. And that's the heavy armor, which basically the Beta was kind of the heavy armor attachment, if you watch the cartoon. I couldn't find that suit anywhere to save my life. But they did rehash the show. That's Phaeton. There's the Macross. The Macross had a pinpoint barrier to defend against blasts from the enemy rockets. And then they had their two main weapons. They had the big cannon, which was generally that thing on their back. And then they had the punch thing, where they would line up all the Veritechs inside. And when they punched through a ship, all the Veritechs would, the doorway, I forgot the military term for it, but the doorway would open up, because I wasn't in the Navy, right? But the doorway would open up, and all the missiles, they would shoot all the missiles out and kill everything in there. So it was a pretty good show, you know. A little violent for the 80s, but it was awesome. I didn't get all of these figures, but I was looking for them. But all of those, I do have Dana Sterling. She actually was like the worst figure, because her uniform, you couldn't even tell she was a chick. She like her uniform like compressed her breasts, and then her arms had those like shoulder pads that were like an arrow, so she only had like limited motion. All the rest of the troops had fair motion, but Dana Sterling's outfit just like constricted her. I was like, no soldier could fight in that in real life. Now that I've been in the army, you know, I can say that officially. When I was a kid, I couldn't say that officially. I was just mad because the toy couldn't do. Okay, so here we go. This up here is a Beta, the Beta unit, and this is an Alpha. This is the military green Alpha, which is that jet down there, and that's what the Beta looks like. And they hooked on, this thing backs up into this thing and sets on that little tube there, which is the ship Scott Bernard came in, but his was blue. He had the leader Alpha. So he was the leader of his squad. He was the only surviving member of his squad, in comparison to Ashley Williams from the first Mass Effect, who was the only survivor of the 212. Alright. So then you have that there, the Skull 1, and that one actually came with Roy Fokker. Couldn't find it. No. And there it is without Roy Fokker. And there it is, the mini ones, I couldn't find them either. I just obviously couldn't find the right toy store here in Charlottesville. And there's JT Marsh, weapon in hand. Now another thing, the weapons in Mass Effect, the certain handguns, exactly like the weapons in Robotech. Exactly like, if I can find one on this thing of all stuff, then I would be able to show you. I highly doubt that's going to happen as I thumb through these things rapidly. Just seen a badass invid. Those are some badass Veritechs in heavy armor. There's some more Robotech stuff. Oh, that thing still doesn't look like the one I had. That Hunter does look like the one I had. Maybe they're rebooting the toys. Maybe they've made them better. But that was a Robotech right there. the Veritech Skull 1 and the enemy Invid Mecha. Ronin Warrior. Don't know why he gets in there. This is a crazy looking Veritech, but it was Rook Bartley's Veritech, which was also an alpha. Another Veritech, the one Rick Hunter originally started and was actually destroyed on Macros Island when they fought the Invid. There's another Veritech. I forgot what the hell they called the enemies Veritechs. Lin Min Mei. No, I didn't try to buy that one, but I did try to buy the action figure. Rick Hunter, an ass shot. Rick Hunter. I didn't try to buy that one. Anything that looked more like it would be girly, I didn't try to buy. Now you have the whole squad from those guys that follow Scott Bernard. He's at the top on the bike. Lancer the Yellow Dancer's on the bottom bike. Rook and Rand. Rick Bartley's the blonde. I don't know what the heck Tech Wars were. Guess that was another name for them to sell the Robotech mecha. Or whatever. Rick Hunter. I actually have two of them. That's the Lin Min Mei I was trying to buy. I'm still looking for her to this day. And yes, I want to upskirt her. Just kidding. Or am I? Veritech. So I'm going to have to close out now because there's a lot of background noise. This is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Family number 2. Be seeing you. There's a third and possibly a fourth video coming. Thank you.